Mr. Chuck Carlson is from We Hold the Truth organizations. They're our allies, supporters, and friends. He's been to the Gaza Strip, and he has personally witnessed the Israeli crimes against our people there. So please listen to him carefully and keep facing the street, as I told you. Mr. Chuck Carlson.
Thank you, Mohammed. I'm very pleased to be here with you, my friends, and to talk to you a bit about a Christian perspective of what is going on in Gaza. I've been to Gaza, and what you're hearing is true about what's going on there now, and it's been going on for many, many years. I was there 5 years ago, and I witnessed an air raid with 40 missiles fired at Palestinians in Gaza. They killed 4 and put 40 in the hospital in just one day. And photographed it myself. It's not something that we hear about that's not true. It's something that you could see yourself if you were there. And this is not a Islamic issue. This is also a Christian issue, because many of the people who I know in Gaza are Christians. They live side by side with Muslims, and they coexist and get along. We hope that there is press here today to hear us, because I've been listening to what the press is saying, and there are several very obvious lies that anyone would see if they went to Gaza and just stayed for even a week. Number one, the lie that Hamas is a terrorist organization is untrue. Our press will not admit that Hamas is the duly elected government of the people of Palestine, even the people in the West Bank. In a supervised election in which Jimmy Carter was there and actually watched the elections, and yet our press would tell us that they are thugs. That's the word that was used from the White House today, thugs, terrorists, killers, and so on. It's untrue. When you talk to the press, don't be afraid to tell them that Hamas is the duly elected government of the people there. And the reason, of course, that sometimes they appear to be radical is, of course, because they're all in jail together. And when you're in jail, you are going to have resistance. Gaza is a giant prison, and there's no way to be there without having resistance. And the Christians I know and the Christian churches in Gaza make resistance too. They're every bit as much opposed to the Israeli occupation of Gaza as are the Muslims who are there. It's also grossly untrue that the people in Gaza train their children to be terrorists. It's untrue. It's not the nature of Islam, it's not the nature of Christianity, and it's not the nature of children. The reason there are suicide bombers in Gaza is because you have people whose dreams have been taken away from them, whose freedom has been taken away from them, whose reason for living, whose future has been stolen from them. Suicide bombers are people who are come out of desperation. They don't come out of training. People there do not train their children to be suicide bombers. Don't be afraid to defend them, because it is oppression that's going on there. The desperation after years of being repressed in a bottle, in a captivity. Christians have been going into Gaza by boats and allowed in. And now Israel is attempting to stamp out Hamas, to destroy the legal government that's there, and therefore to occupy more thoroughly, completely. Don't be afraid to express these things when you talk to the press. I want to also tell you that the press is part of the problem. The Jewish Zionist movement in places like this, Anti-Defamation League, is part of the problem. The media is part of the problem. But a big part of the problem is also American Christian churches. Christian Zionism is the biggest supporter of Israel's dominance and occupation of the Palestinian people. And we need to work together to educate my Christian friends and your Christian neighbors. You need to learn how to do that. The Palestinian people are very brave. I do believe that they will prevail because they have no choice but to prevail. I do believe that right prevails over wrong eventually because God is with those who are right. And God will not stand forever by those who are wrong. So be encouraging and be encouraged that the people of Gaza are making this sacrifice. It is their freedom, it is everyone's freedom that is at stake. God bless the people of Gaza. Thank you.
And if you hear that in the distance, that's a bomb. But that's about the fourth explosion. All over the city, dogs are barking.
Death is around you, always around you.
Last night, large numbers of people killed. Now I hear the ambulances running.
Can you imagine this feeling that I feel always when we are bombed?
Apache helicopters hovering up there. Here comes a missile coming down. It's happening just at bedtime here, 9 o'clock at night. Just when the kids go to bed.
This feeling, exactly this feeling, that you are in your room, in your bed, you're praying.
بسام ارجع لورا يا بسام.
Here we are again. The chopper's very close this time. He's up there terrorizing people. Shooting from right behind us. There's another bomb. There's another one fired from a much lower angle right off to my left. They're coming right down across the town. This one fired right over our heads. It's 3 a.m. and the killing is going on. Imagine, the United States paying for all this.